Whenever they had to relocate a grave, they would first taste a small amount of the soil to examine it. If the soil had a slightly sweet and sour smell, they would allow their team to open the grave because it meant the grave could be safely moved to another location. The next day, a wealthy man offered them a huge amount of money. He wanted his ancestors' unmarked grave to be relocated. However, the moment Ankan tasted the soil, he sensed a strong smell of blood. He immediately realized that something was terribly wrong. He climbed onto the grave and carefully observed the surroundings. Within moments, he understood that it was an extremely cursed place. Ankan concluded that the person buried there was no ordinary individual. Because of this, he refused the job and started to leave. But the owner then offered to increase his fee by 100 times. Ankan thought that if he completed this one final job, he could retire from this profession forever. So, he reluctantly accepted. Soon, 5 pigs were brought for a special ritual. Every time the workers removed a layer of soil with their shovels, the Sioux man made a cut on one of the pigs. They believed that this would transfer all the evil energy into the pigs' bodies. After some time, everyone managed to pull the coffin out. But as Ankan began filling the pit back with soil, he heard a strange sound coming from below. He immediately knelt down and started digging again. Moments later, he discovered another hidden coffin underneath. Finding 2 coffins in the same grave was already extremely rare, but what shocked him even more was that this second coffin had been buried standing upright. It was something he had never seen before. As they continued digging, everyone noticed that the entire coffin was tightly wrapped with thick iron wires, as if someone had intentionally tried to prevent it from ever being opened. The most astonishing part was that the coffin was nearly 30 meters tall. Later, they transported the coffin to a temple. To ensure complete protection, they surrounded it with sticky rice and horse blood, believing these would prevent the evil spirit inside from escaping. Meanwhile, a member of the wealthy family's household handed Ankan an old photograph. He explained that their grandfather's burial site had not been chosen by any Korean, but by a Japanese shaman named Sangbyeong because, during that time, their grandfather had sided with Japan. The moment Ankan heard this, everything became clear. He realized that Sangbyeong had been behind the entire conspiracy. Ankan then went to the temple library and searched through ancient books. Before long, he found a book about World War II that revealed the horrifying truth. After Japan lost the war, the severed body of a Japanese general had been stitched together with the bodies of other soldiers. A dark ritual was performed on the corpse, and it was buried in a cursed area of Korea so that the country's fortune and prosperity would remain buried forever. To keep the real coffin hidden, the wealthy family's grandfather had also been buried at the same location. As a result, the general's evil spirit had been continuously draining the life force of the entire family for generations. As soon as the truth was uncovered, Ankan ordered his disciples to throw the cursed coffin directly into a furnace. Soon, the coffin was completely burned to ashes, and with it, the terrifying curse finally came to an end.